Hello everyone, my name is History Nuggets, and today we will be talking about the Texas Revolution. After Spanish colonization of the region of modern-day Texas, the Louisiana Purchase would occur in 1803, seeing America gain much territory that bordered the Republic of Texas. Eventually, American expeditions would go into Texas during the Mexican War of Independence, seeing many Texan cities captured. After the Battle of Medina, however, Mexican control in the region would be established. Mexico, which was poor up to this point, began to open up immigration to the massive, sparsely populated land, opening up for Americans to begin immigrating, mainly with many slave owners coming over. The stability of the region began to come down, with anti-slavery sentiments, different religious views, and language barriers beginning to make the Mexican government notice these stability issues. By 1834, the land was filled with 30,000 Americans to only 7,800 Mexicans. In 1832, Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna, Vice President of Mexico, led a revolt to overthrow Bustamante, with the English-speaking settlers taking up arms and overthrowing Mexican troops from the region. The Mexican government tried pleasing the colonists, which would not be too effective. After many political tensions, division in the region, and Mexican anger in the government, the power of Mexico was at risk thanks to Texas revolting greatly, leading to in early September, General Martin Prefecto de Cos would lead 500 soldiers to Texas to quell the rebellions, leading to them landing at Copano and Texas militias rising. After an incident seeing Mexican soldiers assault Texan residents, on the 2nd of October, 140 Texan volunteers attacked Mexican troops, leading to 2 Mexican deaths. Texas would declare victory, sparking better revolutionary ideas, and American volunteers. The volunteers would continue coming to Gonzales, with Stephen F. Austin as leader, and his first act was marching to Bexar. On October 10th, 125 volunteers would capture Precito La Vieja, with 3 Mexicans killed. The Texans would continue, taking Fort Lipatlin, with a brief skirmish, seeing another Mexican retreat. The Gulf Coast was now officially in Texan control. Austin would lead Texas forces to Bexar, with the siege of Bexar beginning, with the Mexicans numbered at 650, the Texans at 450. After a failed Mexican attack, the siege continued. Cold weather would lead the Texans to desert, but after New Orleans reinforcements, the Mexicans would retreat, seeing the Mexican army desert Texas. A provisional government would be found in San Felipe on November 3rd, wishing not for independence, but to rejoin Mexico under federalism. Henry Smith would be elected governor, and dissatisfaction with the government would occur, mainly due to a lack of supplies. On December 22nd, Texan soldiers at La Vieja declared independence, with the Convention of 1836 occurring. Federalists in Mexico would approve the Matamoros expedition, with Texas, after going through practical anarchy, would stabilize, and the Texan army would realize their challenge, with Mexico sending 6,000 soldiers towards Texas. This would lead to the Siege of Alamo on the February 23rd, with the Mexican army after 13 days leading to a massive assault, with nearly all of the Texan defenders dying, one of the most significant events in Texan history. After this, the Mexicans would be defeated on February 27th near Matamoros, with the Battle of Colito Creek would also happen, seeing another Mexican victory. On the 11th of March, the Mexicans would begin a move northeast on parallel paths, with the Mexican armies being informed of Texans declaring independence. The Texans would begin to evacuate the regions the Mexicans were facing, with them gaining more and more troops in the retreat. The fall of the Alamo gained a massive volunteer movement, gaining 1,400 men on March 19th. The Texans would begin to guard crossings of the Brazos River by March 31st. A Mexican army on the 14th of April attempted to capture the Texas government in Harrisburg, but the politicians escaped. The Texans would continue their march northeast, with them meeting in Harrisburg on the 18th of April. The Mexican and Texan forces would soon meet up in plains near the San Jacinto River, with the Mexicans led by Santa Anna and the Texans by Sam Houston. 2 skirmishes would occur, with Mexican reinforcements coming, with the Texans charging and massacring the surprised Mexicans. The Mexicans, after this massive defeat, would see themselves flee and retreat, with Santa Anna being captured and begging for his life. Santa Anna would plead for his life, negotiating with Houston. The treaties of Jalisco would be signed, seeing the Mexicans have to retreat south of the Rio Grande, and the Mexican Congress also had to acknowledge the Republic of Texas. Mexico would be angered by this loss, blaming on the U.S. for their people helping, with tensions growing massively in the region, and Mexico bothering Texas over land disputes, eventually leading to the Mexican-American War. This is History Nuggets. Thank you for watching.